Good morning. So, first kata drills today. That's what I want to learn. I haven't been invited to this Sunday's grading, which is both a blessing and disappointing. Obviously, I have a lot to learn still to get me into cipher and green belt. And I was away for a good month of training because I was ill. So, it's a sign of a good karate school that they don't just allow anybody into grading to grade. You can go to grading to train, but you have to be invited to grade. But it's both a blessing and a curse because, of course, if I do go to the June's tournament, I'm still going to be orange belt, which means that I've got between now and the tournament, now in June, so a whole month of May to train. And you have to, if you're doing kata, which I would be doing, you would have to start with first kata. So why don't I spend that time trying to improve first and second kata like I did before? It's yes, I'm not getting higher grades, but it's not about racing to the end, right? It's about the journey. You have to excuse me. I went for a run last night and I'm a little stiff. Right. So the plan is to practice Gadamurai, and we'll just do this from Haikadachi. I know that there's a lot that I need to improve on. So we're standing Haikadachi. Bring that in a little bit. Okay, so Gadamurai is a downward block, and we start by a parry. So it comes over here, and then this goes up to your ear, and the fist is pointing behind you, essentially. This fist is like this, so it's out. So what you've done is someone's tried to kick you and you've just parried them, like that. And then this comes down, and it's like you're drawing a line down your arm. When you get to this stage, you turn. It doesn't come in line with your knee, it comes slightly out because you're now flicking it away. And as you flick that away, this goes back into hikate. So the chamber hand goes into hikate. So it's not quite on the hip, it's just above it. So it's like where your belt level would be, sort of like in line with your belly button. So we'll do it nice and slow. So on the next one, on the next arm, you come over here, you then draw that line down, and then you go back. Elbows need to be pointed down, fist needs to be sort of like, I have a habit of bringing this out a little bit, so sort of flapping it about. It needs to be pointing down and up like that. So then the next one, come over like that. And we'll just keep doing this a couple of times in Haikadachi. we go. Now, first kata is all counter block punch, counter block punch. So we'll do 5 on each side of Gambadam right, and then we'll do 5 stomach level punches. So nice and slow. So we're yeah, we're here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's, see, I'm pulling it back. I'm pulling it, and I shouldn't be. It comes back when you finish. When you finish. Let's say that's 2. When you finish. When you finish. When you finish. Because you've done a block, right? You've blocked. You've done a parry, so you've and you don't pull it back. No. I don't know what was going on with that one. Right, so let's move on to some punches. So this is stomach level punch. So it needs to be sort of like pointing to the work surface almost. So when you see me do kata and I'm coming up here, that's too high. It needs to be down. Yeah. So back into Hakadachi, and then this comes in, and you want to sort of, if I'm doing it nice and slow, you want to bring this arm to about this point and then snap it back. And on the snap, you bring the hips in and you turn the fist and you put the other fist back into Hikite. Yeah? Now I have a problem with getting my elbow out. So I really need to work on focusing my elbow coming in, out straight. Okay, so let's bring that into an actual stance. So long forward stance, foot is pointing sort of on a 45, back foot is kind of pointing at a 45. I'll come here. It's kind of on a 45, leaning in, just able to see the front, the big toe on the front foot. This needs to come in slightly. So it's pointing straight. Okay. Now, the two movements, so this one and this one. This one and this one have very different positions of the hip, right? So when we're doing a block, it is what I say offline. It's where your hips are pointing in this direction. And the reason why you're doing that is it's making your whole attack surface smaller. And also it's allowing you to put in more counter movement, I guess, because you've just blocked, you just parried. You've just, so that comes down like this. No, it doesn't. So it's like that. and then you come down, and when you come down, it's the flick at this point. So you're powering online, and then you come down to the flick offline. Powering online, offline. Now, I'm already noticing that when I'm doing the flick, I'm coming up. I need to push in to this leg. And then the punch is different. It's actually a forward punch on your forward leg, not a back punch or reverse punch. So it's here, right? And this is online, so your belt is facing that way. This needs to obviously come down. This is in Hikatach, and in Hikate, sorry. And this is this is your stance. So from here, I'm going to have to do a reverse punch just to get me back into that position. Or do I? No. So this needs to come on. You got to push this hip in. Just doing reverse punches now, aren't I? Right. There we go. Right. I can feel this pushing away from me. It needs to be underneath the foot. So we'll start here. Reverse punch, forward punch. And then here. See, that's online. It needs to be offline. So let's do that again. So reverse punch. And then Damurai. Reverse punch. Punch. Lower. Okay. Damurai. Reverse punch. See, this is flapping out. Needs to come in. And it's not. There we go. Right. Do it on the other foot because that one's starting to buckle. So again, 45 on this foot. That toe needs to be pointed forward. Let's bring it a bit wider. There we go. Right. I'll do it this way around so you can see. When I can see when I watch back. There we go. Okay, so it was Damurai, and then reverse punch, and then down punch. Now I've got something to aim for, and that needs to be, you just straighten up the hips. Damurai, reverse punch, punch. I can see that I want to push this forward, like the arm forward, and as I'm pushing the arm forward, I'm now going back into offline, and I really need to keep it. So it's almost like this side of your body is going forward, and that side of the body is going in as well. Okay, right. Damurai, don't go up. Lean into it. Reverse punch. Forward punch. Whew, that's really burning my leg after yesterday's run. Come on, right. Right. Samurai. Reverse. Punch. Samurai. Reverse. Punch. Samurai. Reverse. Punch. Yeah. Because I'm aiming for it, I'm looking at it. I should be looking at the kettle. Alright. Look to the kettle, aim for here. So, lean in. Samurai. Reverse punch. Forward punch. Samurai. Reverse punch. Forward punch. Samurai. Reverse punch. Forward punch. That's better. That's better. Now I can start working on moving forward and even moving back. So, from Hagadash, the first move of the kata is obviously Gidamarai to the left, sorry. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to worry about going forward like you would do in the 3 punches. But on each time, I'm going to do a Gidamarai, stomach level punch, Gidamarai, stomach level punch. Each time moving forward. I don't know how many I can do. So, get into our long forward stance. So, that's right. That's right. Okay, we'll start with Gidamarai. So, there we go. We come forward into our stomach level punch. We do an ABC. I'm tight roping. That needs to come over here. Okay, next one is a Gidamarai. So we are going to be doing it on this leg because this is going to come forward. This is going to do a parry. So from here, there we go. Just ABC. I'm tight roping again. There we go. And then another punch. There we go. So have our ABC, always be checking. Yeah, I think that's okay. Right. I can only do 2. Can only do 2. That's fine. We'll do it on the other foot. So, there we go. So, it's going to be a forward punch. Then a Gidamarai on this foot. Right. That leg is wrong. That needs to come over here. Foot needs to come in. That leg is wrong. That needs to be forward and bent forward. Hand is wrong. This needs to be out here. This is wrong. This needs to come back. So it's a difference of that versus this. All right. One thing I'm not doing though, which is good, is I'm not bending my knee, back knee. I'm keeping it straight. So there's that. So we'll do it again. Okay, so there we go. I can't really get, because of the things are in the way, I can't really get into it. So from here, punch, that needs to be lower. ABC, I'm tight roping. Hang on, let's sort this tightrope out. This is ridiculous. I think it might be because I'm coming in and I'm not going out far enough. That was the previous version of karate I did when I was a kid. We were very, you know, I've got to get that out of my head. Okay. All right, so that's better. That needs to be lower. That's better in terms of foot position. That one could go in a little bit. Front foot's all right. Bend into it. This arm needs to come over here. There we go. All right. And we'll do it backwards. Why not? Just do Kadamarai backwards. So from here, tight roping, jump completely. Back foot is actually past my front foot. That's not good. That's slightly better. I'm offline. I feel like that's too wide. There we go. Right. Let's try and do the full kata. Yeah, let's finish on the full kata with those components in mind. So, sort the gi out, turn to the opponent, bow. When you bow, it's left foot in. So, bow to the opponent, left foot in, bow. Walk to the centre of the ring, or wherever your bit is lined up, and then you would walk into the middle, but because of space, I'll start here. You bow to the judges. There'll be 3 judges here. You then go into your haikadachi. My haikadachi always seems to be too long, and you can see that by when you look down. If your heel is past your hips, it's a bit wide. I need to bring them in. The way you can find that out is you put your heels and your feet together, and then you point your toes out, and then you point your toes in. So it's like that, right? Which is smaller than they were. So anyway, you get to here, you bow to the judges, you go into haikadachi. I need to learn that my haikadachi is actually smaller than normally. You bend the knees in a little bit. There we go. All right. You then say the kata that you're doing. So in this case, it's first kata. You then bow. You then bend in. You then go back into haikadachi. All right. So that's that first bit sorted. Next bit is the Kadamarai to the left. So you look, you parry, and you come in like that. This hand needs to go over there. That needs to be in hikite. This foot is now wrong. It needs to come this way around. That foot's fine. All right, so we'll do that again. So we're in haikadachi. That's better. Okay, the next one is a forward punch with this fist. And this needs to, that's in the right position. That's in the right position. that back leg could be moved more that way. That's it. That's nice and straight. Okay, that's great. So the next one, let's go down a little bit. This one is you look behind, the back foot goes past the forward foot, and then you turn into Marai. Now I'm going to have to move back like this. And you just sit in it for a bit. There we go. Let's just have a little look. Right, and then it is that punch. Obviously this needs to come down. That's fine. That's fine. I am a little bit tight ropey, so we'll come over here. There we go. All right. And then we look to that direction. We come in. All right, so bit of ABC. Tight roping again. That's nice and straight. This hand is just beyond the knee. That's okay. This here, Hikite, that's all right. Elbows are tucked in and we're offline. Now we've got the big three punches. So one, and this is where I really need to work on my online movement. That's fine. Come down a bit. Lean in. I don't know if I'm going to get the third one in. There we go. Belt's facing forward. This fist needs to come in and up. That's down. I think the legs are okay. So we're now here. We need to do a big turn. So we look, we corkscrew, and as we corkscrew, this comes in. You've done the parry. This is a Damarai, and there we go. So we'll be facing in this direction. This is offline. And then that's the punch. Punch needs to come down, as we've explained. This doesn't seem too bad, the stance. The next move, I'll get a bit closer, is this way, back the way we came. So we look this way. The foot goes past the front foot. This goes into, sorry. So as this is coming back, we're powering, turning around and kicking this out. Again, this needs to come back. That needs to go past the knee. This is a bit tight ropey. I need to come back because of space. We're offline into a punch. Come down. There we go. That's better. Okay, next move is to the left of us. So we come in, we go out. Offline, so it's expand, contract. Make sure that we have our parry. And something I've noticed is I'm not going all the way down. We need to, I'm doing that thing again where when I come down, I'm pulling this back, like ripping it, and I shouldn't be doing that. It should be one movement like that, not woo, you know. So anyway, we're in here. I think I did that again. Right. Now it's the 3 punches. 1, 2, 3. Online. After this, we turn to the right, so it's a big turn. So we look, we corkscrew, and when we take our back leg off, we have to prep. So we're looking, prepping, turning, there we go. We land offline. That's facing forward. There we go. I need to come over there. And then come down. Just trying to work on the little details. I'm going to watch this again and then I'm going to see so many problems. There we go, right. And then the last turn is we look behind us, we come in, that goes behind. I'm going to move this over here so you've got some room. That comes behind the back leg. The back leg now becomes the front leg now become the back leg. Comes this way. This is the front leg. There we go. But as we're doing it, we have to get into our parry position. Turn, 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 turn. And I've got my hands all wrong. Got my hands wrong. It's this way, isn't it? So this punching fist arm needs to come up to our shoulders. This is the parry. So it's like that. Like that. There we go. Offline. That's fine. And then the last thing we need to do is just our punch down. Okay, and this is online. There we go. We must learn. This is the last move that they'll ever see, which means that this move needs to be on point. Okay, so there we go. So there we go. Elbows tucked in. One pointing down. Then we look to the judges and we come into a bow. And then Haikadachi again. Yeah, that's a bit wide. There we go. Okay. Whew. So there is still plenty to work on. Plenty to work on. But we've got time, and I feel like I feel like I've improved over the training that I did for the first tournament. So I feel like I've improved since then. I mean, I know that I'm working on really small details now, which is really good, of course. But I remember a time where I couldn't even remember which way to turn, and it was just getting the pattern in my head. So yeah, there's always something to learn. Anyway, keep practicing.